Hey, it's Jess. Welcome back. Today is the first day of summer break for me. It is May 22nd, and I still have some of my May TBR to read. In fact, I have five books left to read. I also have a library book. I'm still currently reading these books. So technically I have six because Make Me Better is on my May TBR. Haven't finished it. I have very, very little time left, or very few pages left. I just got tired last night and couldn't finish it. I have like less than 40 pages left. So that's cool. I am still reading Malice. I started this in April. It is a huge chunkin' book. I am 81% of the way through. I have almost exactly 100 pages left. So I'm going to finish these two today and then get to my May TBR. The rest of my TBR. Since I have time off of school and I enjoy doing these videos, I thought I would do another week of a random number generator decides how many hours a day I'm gonna read. Just cause yeah, I really like doing these. I think it's fun. I just think it's fun and I like to kind of challenge myself. So I have my spinner wheel and we are going to see, let's see, I'm getting a late start on today. It's 10:42 because I slept in because it's my first day of summer break. So hopefully we won't get 8 hours, but I have numbers on my wheel anywhere from 1 to 8 hours. And we're gonna spin and see how many hours I need to read today. And hopefully by doing this, I can finish my May TBR and maybe a few more books. What's that say? 8 hours, of course. Yeah, of course it says that on the first day when it's already 10:42. So let's see, that's, I'm not gonna be done till like 7 at the earliest tonight. But that's okay, because I can definitely get a lot read, or finished. I can definitely finish Make Me Better, I can definitely finish Malice, and then I put all the books I have left in another spinner wheel, so we will spin again after I finish those two to see what we'll be reading next. All right, let's get our timer ready. 8 hours. And there we go. Okay, but obviously I've paused it because I'm not reading right this second. And yes, I got a new phone screen that's Carl and Donut. Anyway, okay. I'm gonna go. Get started on reading because now I have an awful lot of reading to do today, and I will probably check in after I finish. I'll for sure check in after I finish both Make Me Better and Malice. I may check in between the two of them. I'm not sure because again I only have like less than 40 pages left for Make Me Better. I'm gonna finish that and then get on to Malice. So anyway, okay, here we go. First day of reading for the week, and it's 8 hours. So we'll see how it goes. Maybe I should talk to you about like what books I have to read. We'll do that later. Okay, I'm gonna go read and I'll check in soon. All right, bye. Hey, I am back. It is 3:57. I have 3 hours and 19 minutes left. It took me longer to read those books than I thought it would. Part of it's because Malice is just so thick and dense, and Make Me Better kind of was too. Anyway, as you can tell, I took a shower. I'm also listening to the audiobook for A Parade of Horribles by Matt Dinniman. That is the 8th Dungeon Crawler Carl book. Dungeon Crawler Carl. I already read it and finished it. My brother and I did a buddy read. We finished it a few days ago, but I have the audiobook and I read it on my Kindle, so I wanted to go back and listen to the audiobook. So I used that for part of my reading too. But I finished Make Me Better by Sarah Gailey and Malice by John Gwynne. I just haven't taken the bookmarks out yet. So that makes me feel really good. I finally finished Malice. Again, it was good. It was a lot. It was a lot. And this one was one more book off of my May TBR. So now I truly have 1, 2, 3, 4, hold on. All right, so now I have 5 books left on my May TBR. Kindle books I have Daggermouth by H.M. Wolf, I think. That is dystopian, enemies to lovers, romantasy, I don't know. And then Snake Eater by T. Kingfisher. That is a fantasy horror about a woman who goes to the desert and has to like fight against a god or something. I also have Spy Family Volume 3. This is, again, I believe Yours story. That's why she's on the cover. I have this one. I have The Scammer by Tiffany D. Jackson. This is a young adult thriller about a girl who goes to college. Her roommate's brother just got out of prison and is staying at their house, and things happen. And then I have, whoops, The Everlasting by Alex E. Harrow. This is a romantasy. It is about a scholar who goes back in time and like falls in love with a knight. But she has to meet a tragic fate. I don't know. So I have those 5 books. I also finished Shutter Island, which is part of my 12 picks for 26. And I did not, so I've only read 3 of the 12, and we are in month 5. So I spun for another one, and I got Natural Beauty by Ling Ling Huang. I got this from the library sale. It has all these white stickers on it. I don't want to take them off because I'm afraid it's gonna like ruin the cover. So anyway, this is a beautiful cover. It's because this has a woman's body part right here, and it was probably in a school library. So yes, it was in a high school library. So that's what all these stickers are. I just now thought about it. Anyway, Natural Beauty. This is young musician you follow a young musician into an elite beauty-obsessed world where perfection comes at staggering cost. Really want to read this. It's on my 12 picks for 26. I also have Clockwork Boys by T. Kingfisher from the library. This is called The Clock Tour. Clock Tower. T-A-U-R. I would say tour, like Taurus. Clock Tour War, Book 1. This is set in the same universe as Saints of Steel, so like Paladin's Grace, Paladin's Strength. But this book and the next one, which is Clockwork something, come before those books. I've already read Paladin's Grace and Paladin's Strength, but I love T. Kingfisher, and I'm slowly going through all of her books, and so I want to read this and the second one, which I don't think is named in here. I want to read those, and then I want to go back and listen to the Saints of Steel because I like those books. All that to say, I don't know which one I want to read next, so I made another spinner wheel because why not? So, okay, so I have all 7 books in here, and I have them in here twice, which is why there's so many in there. So let's see what I will be reading next. I like spinner wheels, and I like them making decisions for me sometimes. Ooh, what color is that? The Clockwork Boys, all right. Okay, so we're gonna start with T. Kingfisher. I do need to finish this because it's a library book, an espionage mission with deadly stakes. It begins the tale of a murderous band of criminals and a scholar thrown together in an attempt to unravel the secret of the Clockwork Boys, mechanical soldiers from a neighboring kingdom that promise ruin to the Dowager's city. I need to slow down. Slow down, Jess. Okay. This has fairly big font. It is 200 something pages. Clockwork Boys, 258. So, yay, I am really excited about this. Okay, so again, it is now 4:04, 3 hours, 19 minutes. I spent the day kind of like reading straight through, but reading Malice, I know I only had 100 pages left in that, but oh my gosh, that took me forever, and I'm kind of like, not feeling slumpy yet, but I plan on finishing all 8 hours today. However, with the caveat that my husband will be home soon. I want to spend some time with him this evening, and I just don't want to sit down and read for 3 hours and 20 minutes straight right now. I'm excited to do this challenge. I did not expect to have 8 hours on my first day of the week when I didn't even get started till almost 11 a.m. So, I mean, that's on me. I could have started earlier. I could have re-rolled, but anyway, I'm gonna get as much done as I can today, but I'm not gonna beat myself up if I don't finish all 8 hours today. Whatever I don't finish today will just be added on to tomorrow's time. So if I still have an hour and a half left and I roll 5 hours tomorrow, I'll read 6.5 hours, if that makes sense. I will try to check in again today. No guarantees, because again, like, my husband will be home soon. We're gonna have dinner. We're gonna spend some time together. I don't know what the night is going to bring. So if I don't see you again tonight, I will see you in the morning, and we'll catch up and we'll spin for tomorrow's time and see how much we have to read then. Until then, I am going to read a little bit more. I'm gonna get started with Clockwork Boys. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye. Ooh, I hit the wrong button on my camera. I'm not gonna lie, I still don't know how to use this camera. Hello, it is now Saturday. It is 11 o'clock, if you can see that. Yes, I got a late start, but that's because today my husband and I got up, went grocery shopping, everything like that. So, running a little behind. I did finish all 8 hours yesterday. I had my husband take a picture when I finished of where I was. I'll, if I remember, insert it here. If not, then I won't. Okay, so I read some more of Clockwork Boys. Well, I started it. I got to page 59. I just got really distracted when my husband got home. My kids were here and we were talking and everything like that. So, still really loving it. Again, love T. Kingfisher. This is the start of the World of the White Rat series. So it's these 2 books, Clockwork Boys and Wonder Engines, I think is the other one. Something like that. And then Sword Heart and then the Saints of Steel. So you don't have to read them in that order, obviously, but I'm gonna go back and read them in that order now because I have Sword Heart. That's one of my 12 picks for 26. But anyway, also I already put the second book of this on hold for the library, so hopefully it will be here soon. I also have one more book on hold, but I didn't pick it up today, so we'll talk about that later. Okay, now that it's officially 11 o'clock, we're gonna see how long we have to read today. Oh, I hope it's not another 8 hours. Okay, it's not the same color, so 3 hours! Yes, I can work with that. Definitely can do that. I will probably do more than 3 hours. All right, so starting and of course pausing because I'm not reading yet, finishing this up. If I sit down and really focus, I'm pretty sure I can get done with Clockwork Boys because again, it's less than 300 pages. I have 3 hours to read. I think I have like exactly 200 pages left. I already forgot how long it is. I think it's 258 and I'm on 59. So yes, I have exactly, okay, I have 99 pages left. So I definitely, if I sit down and get to it, can get that done in the 3 hours. And then we'll spin for our next book. So that's exciting. I'm gonna eat some lunch and get to reading and I'll check in. I'll either check in when the 3 hours is done or when I finish Clock Tower Boys, which I think is, or Clockwork Boys, which I think is what's going to happen first. But again, I don't know. So anyway, I'll check in soon. All right, bye. Hey, welcome back. It is 5:05 in the evening. I finished my 3 hours just a few minutes ago. As always, the day got ahead of me, away from me, had a lot to do. Anyway, I finished the Clockwork Boys. Really, really like it. So basically we're following this band of people who are on their way to a city because there's these huge things called Clockwork Boys that are basically like giant siege engines. Siege engines? Why can't I figure out how to say that? Anyway, and so they're trying to figure out what they are and how to stop them. This is a duology, so the whole story is not finished yet. Again, I already put the second one on hold for the library. Hopefully it'll be here. If not tomorrow, Tuesday, because Monday the library will be closed because Memorial Day. So, but with that, that means I need to spin for my next book. I'm gonna go ahead and start reading some tonight, although I've already finished my reading. I have to have something to read because it's only 5 o'clock and I want to read more tonight. I just don't want to have to time it. So here we go. Spin, spin, spin. I took the Clockwork Boys off of here, obviously, because I don't need to read that again. What did we get? The Everlasting by Alex E. Harrow. Okay, The Everlasting by Alex E. Harrow. This is from my May TBR. This is a romantasy. It says, this is a moving and genre-defying quest following the reluctant knight whose legend built a nation and the desperate scholar sent back through time to ensure she meets her tragic fate, even if it breaks his heart. This is an ARC copy. I got it from my library. But this says it came out in 2025. in October. If you get the hardcover, it has really pretty like turquoise sprayed edges, but I just have the floppy arc. Not always a huge romantasy fan. This sounds slightly different since it's not like fairies and fae and all that magical romantasy stuff. Sometimes I just get tired of that. I feel like it's the same story over and over and over. I've heard really good things about this. I've never read anything by Alex E. Harrow, so I don't know how I'm gonna feel about it, but I am excited to get started and to check this off my list. And when I check in the morning, I will let you know how much, honestly, if any, of this I read tonight and what I think about it. So I'm gonna go for tonight, and I will see you in the morning, and we'll spin for another time to read. All right, bye. Hello, it is Sunday morning. It is 10:06, so getting an earlier start than I have the last couple days. My husband and I just lounged around a little bit this morning. We went and got breakfast, and so I'm just now starting for the day. That's fine. I did start The Everlasting last night. Almost took myself out with a bookmark just then. I did not get very far. I'm on page 19. So, and there's 300 something. So, but at least I got started. I'm enjoying it so far. Again, I've never read anything by Alex E. Harrow, so I don't know how to compare it, but I like the writing. I don't know, I like the voice she uses with writing. I don't know how to explain it right now because I just don't have the words. Okay, anyway, so let's spin. I don't have much to do today, but I don't really want to read 8 hours again. Looks like we skipped 8 hours. 7 hours. Okay, I mean, it's not 8. I said I don't want 8 hours, so I got 7. It's fine. Again, I don't have much to do today. Just some meal prepping, laundry, typical Sunday stuff. My daughter is having a friend stay the night, so I want to try to get some reading done before that happens, before she gets here, because when my family's around, it just really distracts me and makes me read a lot slower, and it's harder for me to read. So anyway, so since I have 7 hours to read, I'm gonna go. And I'm gonna read The Everlasting, and I'll check in a little bit. Okay, bye. Hey, I'm back. It is 3:07 in the afternoon. I have almost exactly 4 hours left of reading today. Oh my gosh, I never know where to put my phone because my table is full of books. My daughter is here, her friend is here. I've been reading. I did take a little bit of break because they asked to go get boba, so of course I took them to get boba. I'm still reading The Everlasting by Alex E. Harrow. I am on page 94. Really enjoying this so far. Again, I just really like the writing and the voice in the writing. I also really appreciate, because I was telling my husband, like, I'm really tired of romantasy because it's always like, I'm just a poor 24-year-old, girl who's so defenseless, but I'm gonna fall in love with this 129-year-old man, and really I'm gonna be the savior of my world. I'm really tired of that. This is not romantasy like that. This is romantasy in that you have a character who has gone back in time to the time of knights and everything like that. That's why it's more fantasy. I also appreciate that the man in this story is more the damsel in distress. So the scholar that goes back in time is a little mousy guy named Owen, and he is fated to meet Sir Una. U-N-A, that's how I would say it, Una, who is actually a female, but because she's a knight, they call her Sir Una, the Everlasting. So I really appreciate that change in dynamic. I think that that's really interesting. And for some reason, like, looking at the back now and reading the back now, that makes sense, but that's not how I saw it. That's not how I understood it before I started reading. So I thought it was going to be a scholarly woman who goes back in time and falls in love with this handsome knight. But it's not. Those roles are swapped, and I like that. So I'm gonna try to check in again today, but again, my daughter and her friend are here, and I don't know when I'm gonna get done reading because we still have some things to do, and I don't know, I just don't always love filming when other people are in the house. Especially people who don't live here. Anyway, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna keep reading The Everlasting. Still really liking it. It's been a good read. Okay, 3 hours down, 4 left to go. I'll check in with you later. Bye. Hello. It is 8:26. I finished my 7 hours of reading for the day. I am loving this book. I can't get enough. I'm on page 218 out of 305, and I don't want to stop reading it. I read almost this entire thing today, and it's just so interesting. I don't know, like, it's about time travel that always kind of hurts my head a little bit thinking about it, but it's so well written. I love the characters. I love the story. It's so intricate, and I don't know. I don't even know. I don't have the words right now to describe it, but I really like it. It's so funny to me because this was the one book on my TBR that I picked out that I was like, oh, this is the one I'm most worried about because I don't normally like romantasy, and I didn't know if I was gonna like it or not. Y'all, I love it. Going back to the last book I read, Clockwork Boys, I gave that a 5-star because I love T. Kingfisher. This one is shaping up to be 5 stars too. 2 5 stars in a row? That would be amazing. Don't know if we'll get it, but possibly. Okay, so it's only 8:30 and I have less than 100 pages left in this book. There is a very good chance that I'm going to finish it tonight. There's a very good chance that I'm going to finish this book tonight, and then I'm going to need something else to read. So, oops, hold on. I'm going to take The Everlasting off of my wheel because I'm definitely going to finish it. And I figured I'd just go ahead and spin for my next read so that if I do finish this one tonight, I'll know what to read, or if I finish it and start reading before I film in the morning, I'll know what to read next. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books left that it could be. So let's see what comes next. I'm trying to remember what color each of these were. What is that one? The Scammer. That is by Tiffany D. Jackson. This is her, I believe, her newest release. It is a young adult mystery thriller. I don't know. Okay, so it sounds like Jordan is our main character. She has escaped her family and starting her freshman year at this prestigious Black college. One day she comes home, her roommate's brother, who has just been released from prison, is on the couch and needs somewhere to stay. So she's like, okay, fine, I guess I'll let you stay. And he is so charming and wins everybody over. And then it looks like maybe someone goes missing, and Jordan is suspicious and suspects that his name is Devante may have had something to do with it. So she's trying to figure out what happened, where this person went, I think. Okay, it says one of Jordan's other roommates goes missing. She must, enlist the help of the university's lone white student to uncover the mystery, or become trapped at the center of a web of lies more tangled than she can imagine. That sounds amazing. I love Tiffany D. Jackson. The Weight of Blood, I read that a few years ago. Wonderful. It is like a Carrie retelling, but it's like a Carrie retelling, but it has to do with race. Where basically in like 2016, this town still had a segregated prom, and our main girl, Maddie, I think, is mixed, but she's white presenting, and so she's grown up acting like she's white, and then the town finds out that she's actually Black, or at least mixed, and then stuff happens. Anyway, that's not what this book or video is about, although now I really want to go back and reread The Weight of Blood. I don't know why I don't have a copy of that book yet, because I think about it all the time. I really, really liked it. Anyway, I'm going to go read some more of The Everlasting. Like, part of me wants to keep reading it and like read it and finish it tonight because I just want to know how it ends. It's so good. These two characters love each other so much. I haven't cried yet. Oh, I almost came close a couple times. Got a little teary-eyed. But also I don't want to read it because I don't want it to end because I'm loving it so much. So I am going to read some more of this, but now that I know that this is next, I may go ahead and start this tonight too. And then I can, you know, finish this tomorrow and read this some more tomorrow. This is like one of the only times, especially recently, that I'm only reading one book at a time. I normally have at least 2, if not 3 different books going at a time because I normally have an ebook, a physical book, and an audiobook. And right now I just have one physical book. So it's very strange to me. But luckily the books I've been reading I've loved and haven't felt the need to read another book. Like sometimes, you know, you get tired of a book and you need to get to another story. You need to take a break from that one and read something else. I haven't felt like that with any of these books so far, which is good. But it's also just weird because again, normally I'm reading at least 3 different books at a time. And I mean, I'm kind of like rereading Dungeon Crawler Carl because I'm listening to it on audiobook, but I'm not even counting it for a book because I'm just like listening to parts of it here and there. Anyway, I'm rambling. Boy, it's been a hot minute since I've done any video like this where I even had the chance to ramble. So I'm gonna go. It is now, okay, it's only 8:32. I only ramble a few minutes. I'm gonna go read some more of The Everlasting, hopefully finish it tonight. Again, even if I don't, I might go ahead and pick up the Scammer. I haven't decided yet, but I will see you in the morning and we will spin for our time to read. All right, talk to you then. Bye. Hello. It is Monday. It is 9:19 in the morning. My hair looks crazy. I was not able to finish The Everlasting last night. I really wanted to, but I started talking to my daughter and her friend and watching YouTube and just didn't get finished. I am on page 248 out of 305. So very close to being done. I will definitely finish this today. Probably when I sit down and start reading. I also did not start this. I was able to find this as an audiobook on Hoopla. And so I may listen to some of this. Like I need to mow my yard and I'll be driving a lot today. So I may listen to some of this while I'm mowing and or doing other things, cleaning and stuff like that. So, gosh, I know it's 9:20, but I'm still really tired. Okay, so let's see how long we gotta read today. I don't even, oh my gosh. Is that another 7 hours? 5 hours, okay. 5 hours I can do. Because again, it's only 9:20, not even 9:30. And I am enjoying it. I'm enjoying reading. It's nice to get back into it. It's been so long since I've had time to like sit down and read a whole book in a day. So that's been really enjoyable. The hard part this weekend has been, it's the weekend, so I'm home with my kids, my husband, we're doing things. Starting tomorrow, we're gonna be back on kind of a normal schedule. My son has basketball camp, my husband has work, and there just won't be as many things happening. So anyway, okay, here starting, I realized I forgot to start this yesterday, but starting 5 hours, paused, there it is right there. I'm going to go have some coffee or something because I haven't had breakfast or anything this morning, and get started on reading, and I will check in with you in a little bit. All right, bye. Hello, it is 12:46. I have 3 hours, 36 minutes, and 13 seconds left to read. I did finish The Everlasting. This is a 5-star read. I texted 2 of my friends who read last night and I was like, you have to read this book. I know romantasy isn't your normal thing. It's not mine either, but I loved this. And I offered to let them borrow it because it was so good. It was thrilling and confusing, and you just like really felt for these characters. You wanted them to be able to be together. I like, again, how Alex E. Harrow like flipped the script where the damsel in distress was the mousy male scholar and the female knight was protecting him. I just really liked that. And the writing was so beautiful. It had great, again, I said it so many times, it has great voice. It's just written beautifully. It's very poetic. I loved it. I loved it. Okay. I have not started the Scammer yet. Hot take possibly, I don't keep dust jackets on books when I read them on hardcovers because I don't like it unless they're like taped on from the library. So I'm starting the Scammer. Let's see. It's pretty big font. I think I showed it to you last night. I can't remember if I did. Let's see. How long is this? 358? Yes, 358. But it is YA. I don't expect it to take me too awfully long to finish it. Like, I don't think... I'm really sad because the end bottom of mine got messed up. I think it will take me longer than 3.5 hours to finish it, but in theory I should be able to finish this today. If not, definitely in the morning. But we still have all day, so I'm gonna get going. I still have to take my daughter's friend home, so I'll be doing some driving. I haven't mowed the yard. I might do that tomorrow instead. I do need to stop at the library because my book club book came in and I need to get it and read it, and we'll talk about that later. I'm gonna go start reading the Scammer and check in with you later. All right, bye. Hello, here's my last check-in for Wednesday, so day 4 out of 7, right? Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Did I say Wednesday? It's Monday. My last check-in for Monday. It's been a long day. 8:53 p.m. I finished a little bit ago, but I was on the couch and comfy and didn't want to get up and film. So I did go to the library and pick up the book for my in-person nonfiction book club. We are reading Jesus and John Wayne, How White Evangelicals Corrupted a Faith and Fractured a Nation. Now I have to go because my dad is calling me. Hold on. Okay, it is now 9:11 because my dad needed to call me and talk to me about his weekend, and we made plans for trivia. If you don't know, we go to trivia almost every Thursday night. Why did I not go last week? For some reason. Oh, it's because I went to see Nat Cassidy. Nat Cassidy came to my area to the library and did like a talk and presentation about his new book, I Know a Place, which is a collection of short stories. And I don't remember. Oh, it's right here. I haven't shown this yet, but I was able to have him sign a copy of When the Wolf Comes Home. So, anyway, almost every Thursday we go to trivia, and we are going this week. It's summer movies. So we were kind of making a plan about that. Back to what I was talking about. Jesus and John Wayne, How White Evangelicals Corrupted a Faith and Fractured a Nation by Kristen Kobe-Dumez. I'm not quite sure how to say her name. This is about white evangelical Christians. And basically, and John Wayne. I don't know. It's dense. I am on chapter 4, page 74. My book club meets on Wednesday night, so I had to go ahead and start this because I need to read it by Wednesday night. It's good. It's a lot. That's all I'll say for right now. It's a lot. I also read some more of The Scammer. I'm on chapter 5, a little into chapter 5, page 78. Already loving this book. I love Tiffany D. Jackson's writing. You are following Jordan. She has made it to college. She has 3 other roommates, so there's 4 of them together in a suite. Her roommate Vanessa's brother Devante comes and stays with them, and he is the older brother. They're also at a historical. They're called HBCUs, so historically black university. They have, I don't remember what the C means. But like, that's it. Anyway, it's an all black school except for one kid whose name is Nick. who goes there. But Devante is like, he just got out of prison and he used to work in the rap business, and he's like telling all these truths, but they're not really true, because he's like, prisons were made by the white men and the rich so that they could steal our organs. And have you ever seen a rich person be really sick? No, because they're stealing organs. I knew a guy who was in prison for life and he lost both his kidneys because they stole them. And Jordan's kind of like, no, that's not true. But everyone else seems enamored by him, and Jordan is getting caught up in a little bit, but again is suspicious and is like, you are not always speaking the truth. I am very suspicious of him, because he just came in and was just like, I don't know. You're supposed to be suspicious of him, I think. That's the whole point of the book. But they're talking about how this school is in DC, there is protests and riots going on, and how that's affecting their school because it's so close to their school, and basically growing up black in America and how it's different than growing up white. And Devante's like, these are things your parents should have taught you, and do you think white people have to have these same talks with their parents? And while all, yes, very, very valid things, but it's just the way he presents them. He's kind of like a know-it-all. And Jordan doesn't really like that, and I don't really like that. Anyway, but I am loving the book. I'm done reading for today. Tomorrow, my son has a basketball camp, and I am meeting some work friends for like a breakfasty brunch while he is at camp, because we're meeting at a restaurant that's like right across from the high school. I will check in the morning before all of that happens. I'm hoping to get up in time to maybe like have a walk, like walk on my treadmill or something for a little bit. But I will scan, it's because I was looking at Scammer. I will spin in the morning. I am going to keep reading some more of the Scammer tonight. I'm not going to read Jesus and John Wayne just because that's a lot and my brain can't anymore tonight. But I will read some more of that tomorrow. And with that, I'm going to hop off and I will check in the morning. All right, bye. Good morning. It is 7:45. I did not have time to get up and walk or work out before I have to take my son to basketball camp. I had great plans and intentions to do that. Could not fall asleep last night. Did not stay asleep last night. Woke up with a horrible headache. Just didn't have time to do it before we have to leave, because we have to leave in like 30 minutes. But I do plan on walking or doing some kind of workout this afternoon. I did read some more of The Scammer. I felt like I got further than this. Man, I could not put this down. I'm in chapter 10, page 126. So I read quite a bit last night. Again, like, I was watching Olivia Reads a Latte. I was watching Olivia Reads a Latte today about her weekly vlog. And she was like, my doctor told me that to do things before bed, like, you know, drink a cup of tea, read a book, relax. And she's like, it has to be the right book. I totally understand that. And last night was a choice of not the right book, because I did not want to go to bed. Because I didn't want to stop reading. I wanted to know what was going to happen. Devante, I figured it out. Cult vibes. He is totally giving off leader of a cult vibe. And the entire time, like, more stuff happened obviously after I updated you last night, and the entire time I was just like, ugh, like, no, what? Ugh, blah. So it's a great book. Unfortunately, it is not a great book to read before you go to bed, because you don't want to go to bed because you want to keep reading. So maybe I should have read Jesus and John Wayne, but it would have probably put me to sleep. Okay, anyway, we're gonna spend 4 hours to read today. I don't want a lot of hours today, only because I won't be home until like 11:30 at the earliest, and I just don't want to spend all afternoon reading into the night. I don't feel like doing that today. So we'll see. I did shuffle my like numbers because I felt like I was getting kind of the same ones over and over, i.e. really high ones. So let's just see what we're gonna get today. Okay, okay. Oh no, I think that's 6 hours. Okay. Oh my gosh. I mean, I guess we'll do it. Again, I didn't necessarily want, I was really hoping for like 1 or 2, even 4, 5. I just realized also that this is, normally when I do this, I get a bunch of low numbers and I barely get high numbers. And this is what? Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. The 5th day. One day I've had 3 hours. One day I've had 5. And then I've had 6, 7, 8. So I've had a lot of hours to do, which is good because I've been getting through books. But again, like, it's just, it feels like a lot of pressure, and I know it's pressure I'm putting on myself because I'm doing this challenge to myself. But anyway, okay, I have to go make sure my son gets up because we have to leave again in less than 30 minutes now. I may try to read a little bit before we leave. I may not get a chance to. I don't know. We're gonna see where the day takes us. Oh yeah, we had 6 hours. Okay, let's start our timer. I always forget to do that. Okay, start. There we go. And then paused it. There we go. Our timer started. Okay, and then paused. I'm gonna go. I'll check back in with you later. All right, bye. I just turned my camera and I wasn't even ready. Okay, it is 1:29. I don't know if you can see that. It's basically 1:30. I am listening to the scammer on my phone. I am 60% of the way through. Oh, hey, look. Now you can see it better. 1:29. Let me see. I think I'm 60% of the way through. This is a horrible, 67. I'm 6 hours and 8 minutes into it. I have 3 hours and 2 minutes left of it. And I have 4 hours left of reading at 1:30. So this is what it looks like. I'm on chapter 21. So I listened to, 11 chapters? Because I was on chapter 10 this morning. I really liked the audiobook. And I was able to get a lot more listened to than I thought I was going to, because I listened to it like on the drive, and then when I was waiting for my friends to show up before breakfast, I listened to it, and then while I was waiting for my son to get out of camp, I listened to it, and then I did work out. I got on the treadmill, and I was on the treadmill for about 30 minutes, so I got some of it listened to then. Anyway, really, really like it. Confirmed. Cult. Devante is turning them into a cult. Finally, Jordan realizes it and is trying to get out now, but unfortunately her other 3 roommates are still under the, you know, they're brainwashed. I can't think of the word right now because my head hurts and I'm tired and I'm hungry. So I really like it. I like the characters. I like the writing. Tiffany D. Jackson just does such a good job like making believable characters, and even though it's a young adult book, parts of it feel like the dialogue sometimes kind of feels YA and young, but overall it doesn't necessarily read like a young adult book, and I appreciate that. I feel like these are fleshed out characters, and I'm really curious. Like 67%, so we're over halfway. Things are starting to ramp up. We have to hit the climax soon, because Jordan found them out, and Jordan, they are not happy. Devante is not happy that she tried to get out, and is now retaliating against her. The cult is retaliating against Jordan. So anyway, I have 4 hours left to read today. I don't know how much of that I don't know if I'm going to listen to any more of the scammer. I might read it because now that I'm home, I'm going to be like watching YouTube and stuff like that. I also really need to read some more of my book club book because my book club meets tomorrow at 6:30 and I've still only read 70 something pages, the first 3 chapters. And there's 16 chapters, I think, with a conclusion. So, but it's just kind of really boring. Hopefully it will get not as boring soon. Anyway, I'm gonna go, I'm gonna read some more, gonna have some lunch, and I will check in with you later this afternoon. All right, bye. Hello, it is 7:13 on Tuesday night. I just finished my, what was it, 6 hours? Can't even remember. I've been reading all day. 6 hours. I just finished my 6 hours of reading. I finished The Scammer, which I guess I can put the dust jacket back on now. I really liked this book. It was going to be a 5-star. It really was. And then right at the end, it got knocked down to a 4.5. I still really, really like it. Again, it is YA, but it was not what I expected. It definitely had cult vibes. I was not expecting that. It's just one of the twists at the end. I was kind of like, okay, not my favorite. But that's okay, because I did still really enjoy it. I also read some more of my book club book. I am on page 139, which is chapter 8. So I got a pretty good chunk right here read today, and the day is not over. Again, it's only, what, 7:15, so I'm probably gonna read a little bit more tonight, mostly because I don't want to have to read like all of it tomorrow. But because I finished The Scammer, I am going to spin for what I read next that's not my book club book. So let's see, we got 4 choices left. I don't remember what any of these colors are. Daggermouth. Okay, Daggermouth is on my Kindle. That is a new, like, dystopian fantasy / romantasy. I don't know. It's about an assassin who fails the assassination attempt on the president, so as a consequence, she has to marry his son. And apparently it's true enemies to lovers. I don't think I said it was by, I believe, H.M. Wolf. This was self-published, but has been picked up for traditional publishing. I don't think it's out yet, though. I just downloaded it on Kindle Unlimited. So, I am going to start that tonight. I don't know how far I'll get, because again, I need to read some more of my book club book too. But so far, we're doing pretty good. Let's see. Like, I was almost done with Malice and with Make Me Better, but I finished both of those. I finished Clockwork Boys. I finished The Scammer. I finished The Everlasting. 5 books since Friday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So in 5 days, I finished 5 books. Almost done with my, not almost done. I will finish my book club book tomorrow because I have to. My book club is tomorrow night. And I don't know how fast I'll read Daggermouth because I don't know how long it is. But being on my Kindle usually means I read things faster. I don't know, it just feels faster on a Kindle. I don't know why. Pretty sure I'm not the only one that does that. But anyway, trucking right along, making really good progress on my TBR. Have even read a few things that weren't on my TBR, so I like that. But yeah, I'm just gonna go. Right now I'm watching Midnight Mass on Netflix, rewatching it for like the 3rd or 4th time. Have you watched the show? I really, really like it. It's one of my favorite Mike Flanagan pieces, and I love Mike Flanagan. Anyway, so I'm gonna go keep watching Midnight Mass and do some more reading, and I will check in the morning. All right, bye. Good morning. It is 7:43 on Wednesday, so getting not a super late start, not a super early start. Honestly, it's an okay start. My son has camp again today. I am not meeting people for breakfast. I should be able to hang around and read while I'm waiting for him. That's what I typically do. I did start Daggermouth last night. In a surprise to no one, I did not read any more of my book club book. It's interesting, but not what I want to read right now. I will read some more today, obviously, because book club's tonight. Okay, I am 18% of the way through. It says I have 7 hours, 40 minutes left. I'm on page 106 out of, I don't know how many. Let's see. It says 562. So, anyway. I like it so far. I was wrong in my description last night. So it was a failed assassination attempt on the president's son. And because of the circumstances between that, our main assassin, I think her name is Shadira. but I kept calling her Shadra, Shadira, has to marry Grayson, who is the president's son. So basically there's like this capital, the heart, and then there's rings from the heart. And so like the elite live in the middle in the heart, and then people go down from there. And Shade, they call her nickname is Shade, is what's known as a dagger mouth. So basically someone who fulfills hits on people. And you find out that the president, Shade's parents, and so she has like a vendetta against them. Anyway, I just got to the part where they decided that she was gonna have to marry Grayson. So I like it so far. Okay, obviously I am not awake yet, so my brain's not working. But anyway, let's go ahead and spin, see how many hours I have to read today. Today, I mean, I don't want 8, but it's not as big of a deal. What did I get? 5 again. Oh my gosh. I'm telling you, this time is just really, really liking the long reading hours. The lowest I've gotten so far has been 3, and that was, what, the second day? Maybe, I can't even remember. All right, 5 hours. Let's start. Let's pause, because we're not starting to read yet. I have to go finish waking up my son, because if you have a 15-year-old, you know, they don't like to wake up, especially in the summertime. And then we're gonna head to camp in a little bit, so I'll start reading probably either on the way or once I get there, and I'll check in later. All right, bye. Okay, this is silly. I feel silly because I'm in my car, but I don't think anyone is around. Okay, so I've been reading more of Daggermouth. I'm like 22% of the way, so 4% more. And I forgot something that had happened last night in the book, and they were bringing it up again right now. And there is so much of this that reminds me of not the Hunger Games, but like Katniss in the Hunger Games. And basically every dystopian book or movie there is, that there's one girl who becomes the like face of the rebellion, and people start a rebellion and a revolution because of her and things that she has done. And that happened again just now. And again, I forgot about it last night because I was in bed reading and probably almost falling asleep by the time I got to that part. And it's just so interesting to me how much the Hunger Games have really like shaped dystopian novels. And I'm sure that it happened before the Hunger Games was published. My hair, what the heck? I just don't remember reading anything before I read the Hunger Games about like a dystopian rebellion and a face of a rebellion. And again, I'm sure Suzanne Collins did not come up with that. That's just the first thing that I remember. And then again, it's like she's a master with weapons, she's a master assassin. And it just reminds me so much of Hunger Games. And I know I complained about romantasy in my, a few books ago about how it's all like fairies and 24-year-old women who fall in love with centuries-old men and they're special and they never knew it. A lot of dystopian feels like that too. Not that they're falling in love with like old men and fairies, but that the character, the main female, is always like some, girl who doesn't know her power and doesn't realize that she's the face of the revolution, and that people will start a riot and a rebellion because of her, and she's a master weaponsmith and can do no wrong. And yeah, I just think it's funny because that seems to be like fairies, and everything seems to be the setup for romantasy. Dystopian always feels like this. Not always. This type of dystopian novels. Because, I mean, you got other stuff like Scythe and Unwind, and those are both Neil Shusterman books. Those are obviously different. But,
when it comes to like enemies to lovers and starting a rebellion and one man and one woman. And anyway, okay, I'm gonna stop rambling. I'm gonna go back to reading. They brought that part up again, and I felt the need to stop and say something about it, because by the time I get home, I'm gonna forget that I wanted to talk about it. So anyway, I'm gonna go back to reading. Okay, talk to you later. Bye.
Hello. It is 9:21 at night. I just got home from book club. So I finished reading. I was listening to an audiobook on my way home. Finished my reading, but I didn't have time to update you before I had to leave for book club. So I did not end up finishing Jesus and John Wayne. I did get to almost chapter 14. I'm on page 226. So almost done, but I just didn't have time to finish it. It's a lot. And now I'm going to finish it, but I'm happy that I don't have to like rush through it because book club's over. I still want to finish it, but I don't have to rush. So if I don't want to read it tomorrow, I don't have to read it tomorrow. I can take a couple days break. I did read more of Daggermouth. I am 34% of the way through. I'm on page 194 of 562. I think the last clip I had was the one when I was in the car talking about dystopian books. I don't remember. Still really liking it. Still kind of getting into the plot. Gonna keep reading it. And some of my time again was listening to Dungeon Crawler Carl, book 8, because even though I read it, I want to read it again. So tomorrow's our last day. That's exciting. We'll see what time we get, but right now, since it's so late, I'm gonna go get ready for bed, and then maybe watch a little bit of YouTube, and then get in bed and read. So I'll see you in the morning for our last spin. Bye. Good morning. It is 7:52 on our last day of this vlog. We have been reading several hours a day for 6 days. Today's day 7. I'm still kind of tired. We had obviously getting around a little late today. I just woke my son up. Today's also his last day of basketball camp, so tomorrow we get to sleep in. I did read some more of Daggermouth. What was I, 34% last night? I can't remember. I am now 42%. It says I have 5 hours, 18 minutes left. Page 238. So I feel like I actually did read more than I thought I did last night. Still enjoying it. Starting to get, again, into the street. Oh, I remember what I wanted to say. Okay, I don't have a lot of time because I gotta make sure my son gets up. This is definitely feeling like Hunger Games. Like, there's starting to be a love triangle. There's one character who is obviously supposed to be Gale, but like you get stuff from his point of view. So what Gale was probably doing in District 12. Not really, but like, because he didn't do this. But anyway, like there's definitely a Gale who's in love. His name's Jameson, is in love with Shade, but Shade is with Grayson in the capital, the Heart. He lives on the Boundary. There's like three rings, I think. So you have like the Heart, the Cardinal, and the Boundary. Anyway, I just really noticed that last night, and I want to talk about it more, but again, I gotta go. So let's go ahead and spin. Oh, my volume's down. I'm like, why is there no volume? Looks like we're gonna get a shorter today. 4 hours. Woohoo. That's really not that bad. We have basketball camp. I really need to film a couple videos. I really need to edit some videos. I actually edited and posted a video last night. My first one since the beginning of May. I don't know. It's been a long time. Now that summer is here, I plan on filming and editing more. Anyway, so I need to do both of those things. And then I have trivia tonight. So we will see. In theory, I should be able to get all of this done before trivia, and not like on the way to trivia. I might not check in. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. 4 hours. It is almost 8 o'clock. I gotta go make sure my son gets out of bed, and we gotta go to basketball camp, so I will check in with you later. Oh, wait. I think only one day have I forgotten to start my timer. Okay, 4 hours, here we go. And then paused. Okay, now I'm gonna go get my son up and I'll check in later. Bye. Hello, it is 5:11. I have been done with reading for about 30 minutes, but I just looked at my light and blinded myself. I loaded the dishwasher and then my husband came home, so he and I talked a little bit. Now I'm getting ready to head out for trivia. So I am reading, I was about to say Shield of Sparrows. That is not what I'm reading. I just watched a YouTube video about that. I'm reading Daggermouth, 77% of the way through. I'm on page 430 out of 562. It says I have 2 hours and 11 minutes left. I'm still enjoying this. It's every time the characters get together, it's like they're fighting each other basically. And that's just, I don't know, something I've noticed. The president, dad, in this book is awful, which I knew he was going to be based on the beginning of the book, but the more you find out, the more awful he is. And you're just like, I can't wait for you to get your comeuppance. So that's that. I will read some more tonight. I'm not going to film a wrap up until tomorrow just because I do have to go to trivia soon. I have to leave soon and I don't want to film after I get home from trivia because I just want to come home and hang out with my family. Today has been another successful day. I got a lot of reading done because I was at 42, so I got 30% read today in 4 hours. That's really not bad. I'm proud of that. And yeah, I can't believe it's already been a week. This week went by so fast. And now I have to put all of this together and edit it. So that will be fun. Hopefully this vlog actually sees the light of day. Please hold me accountable, even though you won't see this unless I edit it and put it out. Okay, I'm gonna go now and I will check in with you in the morning and we'll kind of do a wrap up and an overview of the week. All right, bye. Hello, it is not in fact Friday, the day after I finished filming this vlog. It is Sunday because I didn't want to film it. Okay, where we left off, I had finished my reading for the day, went to trivia, we got second place, which is great. We love second place because then you don't have to get your picture taken. Hooray. I'm gonna adjust my camera a little bit this way. Okay, so let's do a wrap up. This is what we did this week. Not all of it, but okay. So first, we finished Make Me Better by Sarah Gailey. I had, I don't know, less than 100 pages, 70, 40? I don't remember where I was, but finished this. This was, I liked this. I gave it a 4.5, I think. 4.5. I can't remember. I did really like it. I don't like it as much as I liked Spread Me, but this one was really good. Finally finished Malice, this big old chonker. I had 100 pages left of this one. And I did it. I did it. This one took a long time. I started reading this in April and I didn't finish it till almost the end of May, but we got that done. After that, Clockwork Boys by T. Kingfisher. This was a 5-star read because I love T. Kingfisher. This is the beginning book in the World of the White Rat series. It's not a series, but it's a collection of books that are all set in that world. So Clockwork Boys, The Wonder Engine, that's a duology, then Sword Heart, then The Saints of Steel. Read this. Again, 5 stars, really like that. Oh yes. We read The Everlasting, one of my favorite new books. I cannot stop talking about it. Another 5-star. This one was so good. I told my entire trivia team. I told Candy Salad, that's my group of friends, that we got together for breakfast on Tuesday last week and told everyone they need to read this book because it's wonderful. Such a good, it's romantasy, but really it's like fantasy with romance. The romance plays a big part, but it's not like fairies and fae. It's like knights, and I like that. That was really cool. Then we read The Scammer by Tiffany D. Jackson. I gave this one a 4.5, I think, or a 4, I can't remember. I think 4.5. I did really like this. The very, very, very last part kind of knocked it down half a star for me, because there was just like one more thing at the end, and I was like, oh, okay. Nah. Still really, really good. Still highly recommend. I listened to it. I read part of this one, but I listened most of it as an audiobook, and I really liked the audiobook. So that was really good. We were also working on my book club, Jesus and John Wayne. I still have not finished it. I have less than 100 pages. I need to just sit down and read it. I think I have 70 pages left. So I need to finish this. It's a lot, so I had to take a break. While we were finishing that, we also read Daggermouth by H.M. Wolf. I did not get that done in the vlog. So these two, it's on my Kindle, that's why. These two did not get finished in the vlog, but I read a lot of them. I did finish Daggermouth yesterday. I think I gave it like a 3.5. It was okay. Not my favorite. It was okay. I had it from Kindle Unlimited, so basically, I mean, it wasn't free because I paid for Kindle Unlimited, but now I don't. So anyway, so yeah. Yeah. I don't really have much else to say about that because it was just kind of like, meh. It was really long. For some reason, it didn't need to be that long. The last parts of the book were like, I was like, yeah. It was really ramping up at the end, but the last 10% just couldn't save the rest of it for me. So 3.5. So once again, these are the books that we read, worked on reading, finished. I keep saying we. I'm the one that did it, but you're here for the ride, so hopefully you feel like you read them too. I just love doing this. And with this reading week, I read all but 2 of my May TBR books, and I still have Spy Family 3, which will not take me very long to read, and Snake Eater by T. Kingfisher, and I started that one yesterday. I'm like 30% of the way through, but it's a short book too, so I'll be able to finish that one today too. Really loving it. Of course, T. Kingfisher. Anyway, that's quite a few books to read. It really helped me get out of my reading slump because part of it has been school and work, and part of it's just been, I haven't wanted to read. So it was really nice to have time to sit down, to read, and get so many things done. And I found some books that I really, really loved. So I love this challenge. I hope that you enjoyed watching it, going along the ride with me. If you have any other ideas, like video ideas or vlog ideas or anything else that you want to see from me, please let me know. Put it down in the comments. Now that school is done for the summer, I plan on really putting some more effort and time into this channel. I really would like to see it grow. It hasn't grown very much this last like 6 months because I've just been so busy and burnt out. And I'm getting my spark back and getting creativity back. So I hope that you stick around. Again, if there's anything you want to see or any ideas that you have for me, please let me know. And now I want to know, have you read any of those books and what did you think? All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye.